What's up, and welcome back. I'm the Lady of the Throne, Divine Astrology, and this is where I'm just going to keep it 100, keep it real with you guys, okay? As always, but okay, so for this week, your messages are going to be very clear, concise, and straight to the point. Just know that people should have never, ever in their life come against me. People should never go against the divine. People should never go against God. People should never go against something that is good. Never. People, I'm watching as grown adults react like kids. When they're called out about something that they do wrong, when they're called out for their corruption, for their scandals, for their lies, and for their games, they feel horrible, but receive immediate gratification for those who side with people like them. So I have watched as some of the biggest, largest people in the world, in society, because of their scandalous ways of becoming them, I have watched the bad ones in high positions eavesdrop in on my conversations, pay attention to all of my video content, pay attention to everything, and immediately receive some sort of gratification when I'm calling them out for the corruption. But they're receiving this gratification from people who support them and who are just like them. When you really are a good person, these are the kinds of things that you may experience in a very, very satanic, cult like environment. You're going to have people making up things about you just because they want to continue pushing an agenda out. The agenda has been created by really bad people, really wrong people, but because your truth is louder than their fictional lies and stories that they have made up about you, they're going to use all of their power, resources, money, all of that to try to draw attention away from your truth in order to make people think that you're saying things that are not true, because they're using power, money, and resources to shift the crowd, to make the people look a different direction, or to make the people think a different thing. They're doing this because they're being exposed and they know that they are the ones that are wrong. So if you guys see from now on, if you guys see anything where you can connect the dots and you see me speaking about wrongdoing and corruption and things that have happened to me and to others like me, and then right after that you see certain figures, certain prominent figures, certain people receiving some type of congratulations or accolades after all of these people are calling them out, it's because there's an agenda that they're still trying to stick to, because they know that they're in hell and hot water right now. They know that God is coming up against them. So they have a public image to still portray. They have a specific reputation that they're still trying to uphold because of who they are. So if they seem to be ignoring things after being called out by thousands of people, if they seem to be quiet, if they seem to just not be saying certain things or not putting themselves out there in that light, and then you turn around and see them winning awards, or you may see them being highlighted for doing something good, it's a PR, it's public relations. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I studied public relations, communications, media, mass comm in school. So I know what spinning stories is all about. That's what you call spinning. So when you have that type of, whether it's somebody in a church, You know, maybe you guys heard about a really popular pastor going down for something, and then you may turn around and see this same person on the news like the next day trying to say positive things. It's because there's a negative light being shown down on these people for the things that they are really doing behind closed doors. And once again, because they're in specific positions, they don't want other people to know or to believe this to be true. So it's a spin off, it's a public relations, it's a PR stunt. So a lot of things that you may see people who are in a bad position right now, and then you turn around and may see something positive about them, is because it's PR doing that. They've got a whole team, you know, but what they're doing is trying to save the people that they represent because they're getting money, and they're getting increases more money to protect these people's images. Even though these people may have false images, they may be liars, they may be filled with evil, wickedness, and greed. Money always talks, especially in groups with people who only see money as respect. So in the world right now, there's a lot of people who don't respect people unless they see them with a lot of money or a lot of possessions. But you shouldn't think that way when it comes to people. You shouldn't respect a person just because of their money. You shouldn't love a person just because of what kind of home they have and what kind of car they drive. You shouldn't um, you shouldn't gravitate toward or want to hang around a person just because of their who they are in society and how many movies they've been in or how many records they've made. You shouldn't want to side with people just because they're a part of some type of group or organization, just because they go to a particular school or just because they go to a particular church. Everyone has their own mind, their own life, and you have to choose what feels right in your heart. Don't follow what other people say. What you guys need to start paying attention to and looking at, which a lot of people are paying attention to and are looking at, but some people are still left behind. What the slow ones, the ones who are moving at a little bit of a slower pace with this situation, is that you have to look at, you have to actually look at right and wrong. Now, let's say, for instance, someone has bribed you, paid you, or has got in your head to spread rumors or lies about someone. Even like going as far as saying someone committed a crime or someone did something really, really bad. Now, if you have been placed around this person to either watch them speculate or investigate or look into the situation, and you clearly see that this person is not involved in anything like that. This may be an actual, really spiritual or religious individual. This may be a really good soul. This may be a person who's very, 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 very positive no matter what. And you can also see a lot of hate, envy, jealousy around this person because of how good they are. Then something should click in your mind where if whatever somebody told you so that you can come around a person just to see for yourself, and if what that person told you is not showing up in real life, then you know that you have just made the worst decision of your life by prejudging someone before you got to know them, taking money to do something, or believing what people say. Just because something is widespread, it doesn't mean that it is true. Just because a lot of people are coming against one person, it doesn't mean that that one person is a bad person. Just because you feel like whoever it is that told you the lie is someone of prominence or someone who has a certain position or has a certain amount of money, just because they came to you with the scheme, it doesn't mean that it is legit. It doesn't mean that it is right. All lies are coming down at this time. That's what I'm getting right now. All lies are coming down at this time because you really have to do your own homework, and you really need to look at what is going on, what is the truth in the situation. Don't act like you don't know that people get together in organized crime groups to pin crimes on innocent people. Don't act like you don't know that people get together and organize crime groups to create humiliation rituals and smear campaigns. Don't act like this is something that can't go on in professional environments, because it can. And it happens all of the time. It's just that sometimes people get discouraged at speaking about it because it can be so elaborate. The scheme can be so elaborate that some people may sound like it's not making sense when they speak about it. But the people committing these crimes, whether it be in the workplace, community, family, anywhere, online, social media, the people involved in trying to twist and spin something on an innocent person or a person who is divine or sacred or something, if they're trying to do things like that, they know what they're doing. They know that they're doing it purposefully. They know that they're doing it intentionally. They know that they are doing it for the wrong reason. You just have to be smart enough to understand that if what you see is not what that person told you about someone, you see that is not adding up for yourself. You see that for yourself. So what has happened, I'm speaking about this because I've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in the spiritual community and outside of the spiritual community, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all over the country, who know about my situation, who all talk about it, and who all feel for my situation, and they really do, like, really invest their everyday lives into this situation because they know how wrong it is. Now, what you guys have to know, if you're one of those people who are listening right now or who's watching right now, no matter who you belong to, I don't care who you work with, there's going to be good people and bad people in justice, in the police system, in the military, in the Navy, in the hospitals. Listen, whole organized hospital networks have even come against me. For what? I have no idea, because I'm not in the healthcare field. Like, I'm not a doctor or anything like that, but these people have done this as well because they're all wanting to be a part of something that's bigger than them so that they can feel like something, right? So if I don't care who you're involved with, there's going to be good and bad involved in all of these groups. But what you have to know is, it doesn't matter who you belong to and what you guys strategically do. The ones who follow and support me, you guys have to see something about this. All of these things happen behind my back. None of these things happen in my face. So that's what you guys have to know about the situation. I know from a third party view and from the outside looking in, you may be wondering, how do I gracefully get through all of this? Because a lot of you know what's going on. And a lot of you speak about it every single day. It's everybody's favorite thing, because that's the energy of God. That's what's going to happen. You're going to talk about that because God is over everything. So you're going to talk about me. But this is the thing. What you have to realize is that I'm gracefully getting through it because of who I am, but also because they did all of this behind my back. That's what you guys don't realize. No, they didn't tell me anything that they were doing. None of this came to me. They did all of this behind my back. So you guys, I know sometimes you may feel like you're talking to a brick wall when you're providing your readings, when you're providing your guidance, and you're making it quote unquote collective messages. But you have to understand that these people did all of this in a very secretive, organized way. So it's not like certain things you may go on a certain celebrity's page and see, and you may try to connect the dots back to me. I know you guys do it because all of my colleagues and coworkers do it too. They go and look at the celebrities, they go and look at the politicians, they go and look at the certain people, and then they, relate it to me or try to make a reference or make a connection. I think a lot of people forget that these people don't really, 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 really know me. So, but still, a lot of people forget that These people do things in their own little world with their own little free time, and that this isn't really, I'm not really involved, if that makes sense. So whatever the scheme and scandal was about, whatever people was lying about, whatever people had speculated about, this all happened within that one group. This all happened within their groups. This all happened with them. This never really like came to me about the problem, about the situation, about the truth. And the reason why is because all of it was built off of lies. So why would people come with real if nothing that's being talked about is real? Why would people come with facts if everything they're doing is derived from a bad, poor, useless heart inside of their vessel, meaning that there's no care, consideration for the actual person involved, and this is not coming from a real place. It's coming from evil, envy, jealousy, wickedness, greed, fame, fortune, money. All of these things are tied up to that. So why would it be that if people are going to be that bold to create the lies, you may wonder, why aren't they just as bold to tell you what's going on? Well, it's because they want other people to think that what they're saying is true. Because they know that when the actual person finds out what's going on, then all of their lies are going to be like thin air, is going to be gone, like vanish. Because when the actual person knows the truth and can speak on the truth, all of that goes away. And they know that. Liars never want to get caught by the actual person that they're lying on, because they know when that happens, their lies no longer can exist. Okay? So I want you guys to know that that is what's going on. So don't let these corrupt, scandalous people bribe you into doing anything. And don't even think that it's easy, because I'm very, 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 very mysterious. And I don't do anything like human beings do. I am not your ordinary human being. I am a goddess. So everything that is done is something that cannot be calculated by any human means. And I have said this countless times so that you can know that this is the truth. Don't believe what other people are saying about anything, because no one truly understands anything, because if they did, every lie would have went their way. Remember that. Thank you.